The strongest mafia countries around the world. Mafia groups have been worms in the bowels of various governments since times immemorial. They have plagued citizens and economies alike. A lot of these notorious groups have interesting anecdotes behind their existence. Some have even given significant life lessons to ordinary folks like us. In today's video, All Time Crime has decided to spill the beans on the strongest mafia countries worldwide. Let's jump right into it. At the bottom of the list, we got Turkey. Guess what this country has in its favor regarding illegal drug trafficking? Its geographic location. Sandwiched between the Middle East and Europe, this country has the ideal discreet route to transport commodities from the Middle East to Europe and vice versa. It is perhaps the reason behind the success of Turkish mafia gods in countries like Switzerland and Germany. Illegal commodities transported include heroin and arms. If reports are to be believed, heroin trafficking alone gives them a whopping profit of $20 million daily. If that wasn't enough, arms trafficking from Europe to conflict-rich areas of the Middle East gives them a profit of $5 million, and these are just base-level figures we're talking about here. The following country on our list is Bulgaria. The Bulgarian Mafia is a typical example of how professional networking can aid a business, even if the business is an illegal one. This country seems to have multiple feathers on its trafficking cap. These include, but are not limited to, arms trafficking, prostitution, drug trafficking, money laundering, arson, assault, counterfeiting, and contract killing. The silver lining to this cloudy mafia is its links with the Ukrainian and Serbian mafias. Their annual worth is estimated at $7 billion per year. Evelyn Banev is one among many kingpins in the Bulgarian mafia game. Being a former wrestler, little did he know that he would one day wrestle against the government. He was part of a notorious group that planned to launder $158 million between 2004 and 2008. Next up, we got Japan. If you think a high global peace index would make a country immune to notorious mafias, think again, because that is exactly the case with Japan. We would like to change the subheading from Japan to Yakuza. Yakuza is a name that is considered the most powerful in the mafia world, but that wasn't the case before Yakuza became Yakuza. You see, the term Yakuza was taken from an ancient card game called Oichokabu. Yakuza, aka 893, was the worst card combination that could end up in one's hands. The group is famous for blackmail, pimping, drug dealing, and gambling. The group has a pyramid-like organizational structure. The Yakuza had around 85,000 members during its peak. If we were to speak of current figures, the membership is estimated at 30,000. Do not be fooled by the drop in member count. The annual profit of this group is estimated at around $8 billion. Quite a contrast to the literal translation of Yakuza, good for nothing. Number 7, Brazil. Brazil is a country well known for its mafia kingpins. While one might be tempted to believe that the organized mafia clans are more nefarious in their intentions, the local sources have a different story to share. If we were to believe them, the smaller clans comprising 5 to 6 members are to be feared. They would do anything to climb up the mafia ladder. The mafia clans of Brazil seem to be firm believers in what happens in Brazil stays in Brazil. We say this because they harness their profits mainly through drug deals within the country. Export doesn't seem to be their cup of tea. Brazil is as high on the criminal activity ladder as much as it is on the mafia ladder. If we go by the statistics of 2021, Brazilian prisons were crammed with around 1 million prisoners. All their criminal activities are put together to harness a net profit of around $10 billion. Next, we have Russia. The mafia of this country is popular for having its branches stretched out just in other countries. The Russian mafia's areas of expertise include, but are not limited to, human trafficking, racketeering, drug trafficking, extortion, murder, and robbery. The Russian Mafia, due to its prowess in the field of illegal trafficking, became a rival to the Yakuza and various American mafias. Inclusivity is one major trait that sets them apart from other mafias. You see, most prominent mafia groups out there were only open to people from the country the mafia was based in. For example, Yakuza was only open to Japanese people, but since this mafia operated under the guise of being against the ill intentions of the government, they accepted people from neighboring Soviet states. But that wasn't the only point that set them apart. Unlike their mafia counterparts, the Russian mafia did not follow the pyramid model, at least not rigidly. Their annual profit is estimated at $11 billion. Next up, we have Italy. This list would be incomplete without the inclusion of this country. Much like the Yakuza, the Italian Mafia is well known throughout the world. The 'Ndrangheta Mafia is one among many well-known mafias in the region. In fact, they serve as an inspirational model for several mafia gangs in the world. Their activities of interest include racketeering, loan sharking, drug trafficking, smuggling, illegal gambling, prostitution, money laundering, and kidnapping, to name a few. While they may be currently only active in the southern parts of Italy, that doesn't make them feeble. Their annual profit is estimated at around $13 billion. Next on our list is Albania. While the fall of the communist regime in 1990 may have forced several residents out of the country, that wasn't the case for criminals. In fact, they had found a new field to play on. 32 years down the line, the country holds the record for cocaine smuggling. They've been expanding their horizons and are soon set to enter the cocaine market in South America. Not just that, they are considered to be one of the fastest-growing mafias in Europe. Compagnia Bello is one major criminal group associated with the region. Their trafficking activities happen with ease thanks to their significant presence in the ports of Rotterdam and Antwerp. Like Turkey, Albania's location makes it convenient for the drug trade. Drugs from Afghanistan make their way into Albania through Turkey. Here, the drug is cut, thereby reducing its purity. What that does is maximize profits. One of the reasons why their annual worth is estimated at $16 billion. Now we come to the United States. From their not-so-humble beginnings in New York City, the drug cartels of the United States have come a long way. The country is home to 6 major mafia clans. These include the Gambino family, the Genovese family, the Colombo family, the Bonanno family, the Lucchesi family, and the Outfits. Their operation points include Chicago, New Orleans, Detroit, New York City, Philadelphia, Boston, and Las Vegas. The country seems to rank first in all areas of operation, and mafias are no exception. Their annual net worth is estimated at $20 billion. Next is Colombia. When it comes to organized crime, the next country on our list has seen its fair share of ups and downs. The region is known for its plethora of drug cartels and many other organized crime groups. Their branches stretch out into different areas that include, but are not limited to, drug trafficking, racketeering, and contract killing. According to recent statistics, Colombia contributes to 80% of the cocaine supply in the United States, thus making it the largest in the world. Their annual worth is estimated at $35 billion. And topping our list at number 1, we got Mexico. To call the region's drug cartels nefarious would probably be an understatement. Well, deadliest is the adjective used by Mexican law officers when asked to describe the crime cartels in the region. They are said to control the illegal drug trade between North and South America. They're one of the largest prison gangs in the United States. Their allies include the Gambino family, the Mexican ME, and the MS-13. Close associations with these cartels have made it easier for them to establish themselves in the U.S. market. With all these odds in their favor, they bring to their tables a whopping $50 billion yearly. While we may have reached the end of this list in our video, that is not to say that we have reached the end of our entire video list. Before we leave you, we got a final question. Which of these countries was the Plata o Plomo fame Pablo Escobar associated with? Drop your answers in the comments below. The first one to comment gets pinned. Also, while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and hit the bell icon so that you never miss out on us. Until next time, goodbye.